Have you ever experienced feeling lonely as an entrepreneur? I realized early on in my business that it was very easy for me to see that I just wasn't like everybody else. They didn't think the same as me. They didn't have the same purpose or potential. They didn't talk about business all the time. They weren't inspired by actually going out there and making an impact in the world. And so it was very easy for me to start to feel like I just didn't fit in. I mean, being a police officer for 20 years and making my exit by becoming an entrepreneur kind of made me stick out like a sore thumb, especially when I dove into social media and started just putting myself out in front of the world. It wasn't normal for a police officer to do. So it got me feeling that I was on this mission alone. Now, if you've ever felt like that, I want to tell you there is a solution to this. And I want to give you some strategies to help you work through it. But we have to first start off by getting to the root of the cause. And that's our thoughts. It's really the stories that we have that when we focus on, it actually makes us feel like we're on this mission alone. I want you to take a second now to really think about the lifestyle of an entrepreneur. It's really not the same as the real world. We work a lot of hours. We have a lot of purpose and passion in what we do. It's a whole ton of stress when everything is revolving around you and the success of your business. You have to take ownership and responsibility of everything, and you have to make a ton of decisions that have that ripple effect not only for you, but for other members of your team and especially your family. I actually was looking up a Forbes article while I was doing some research for this video, and what it says is almost half of all CEOs that were surveyed actually said they have this feeling of loneliness in their current role. The writer shared how self-isolating it can be just working from home. I mean, we don't have that community. We don't have a sense of belonging because it's just us. There's really no one to share the load with you, no one to talk about the things that you're struggling with, and no one even to share the victories or the small wins or the big ones that you're achieving along the way, which ultimately leads to burnout, quitting, or even worse, continuing to force it. And none of those things actually help with a feeling of being lonely. That's why before we focus on these strategies, we need to really think about the thoughts and the stories that we're telling ourselves that are making us feel trapped, like we can't go out there and find people who are just like us. These are stories like, I'm doing this by myself. It's all on me. I don't have any support like the other entrepreneurs out there. I just need to lock myself in my room and work harder. That's the solution. And then once I'm able to have that success, then people will support me. Those are all stories that I've had from time to time, and they literally shaped my reality. Instead, I had to find a different story, one that inspired me to take some of the actions that we're going to talk about next. Those were stories like, somebody has come before me and has the roadmap of success. I have to just be willing to reach out, get uncomfortable, and take their advice. One is too small a number for success. If I truly want to make an impact in the world, I have to find a way of doing it without thinking that it always has to fall on me. Or how about this one? Asking for help is not a weakness. It's actually a sign that I'm willing to get through the uncomfortable things to make the biggest impact that I want to in the world. Now, once you lean into a story that gets you to believe that it's possible for you too, then it's time to employ some strategies. So let's talk about some of those powerful strategies now.
Strategy number 1 is to find your tribe. We want to emphasize the importance of community. This is the value of creating a network of fellow entrepreneurs. There are so many ways we can build our network, whether it's in person or online. There are probably thousands of opportunities where you can find like-minded people, like-minded entrepreneurs, where you can share ideas, collaborate, and just feel like you're not alone. And I do have to say that some of us are introverts, and it can feel scary to reach out to people. I'm actually a lot more comfortable reaching out to people online rather than in person. So whether you're like me, you can still build an awesome community online, or even just be part of a community. And if you'd like to hang out with people in person, there are many groups out there that you can join, clubs, anything where you can connect with people and expand your growth. And if you're getting value from this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Okay, now strategy number 2 is mentorship and guidance. I can't underscore this enough. Having someone that you can talk to, someone who's already gone that path, can be super valuable. A mentor can provide support, guidance, and you can feel a sense of belonging because you're talking to someone who's already gone through some of the struggles that you have. And now my tip for finding mentors, maybe there's someone in your life already, someone who owns a business, someone who's an entrepreneur, and reach out to them and ask them for help. Maybe it doesn't have to be anything formal. You could ask for some advice. There are also tons of programs out there, coaches and mentors that you can find online. Just make sure that they align with your values as well. Strategy number 3 is leveraging online platforms and social media. There are online forums, there are social media groups, and there are platforms specifically for entrepreneurs where you can connect with other people and share experiences. Engage in these groups, offer tips, ask for advice. You'll get tons of value, but you can also share your value as well.
Strategy number 4 is collaborations and partnerships. There's a lot of people who are out there who do what you do. I don't like to think of them as competitors. I like to think of it as we all do our things a little bit differently. But what if you were to team up with them, to connect with them, to be able to help each other out in that process? I mean, you also have different strengths and different weaknesses than some of the people that you see out there doing something similar to what you do. But what you do is special. It's different than everybody else because it has you. That's why I always like to think about, how can I collaborate or work with people that may seem like they actually target my same audience? They just do it in a little different of a way. Now, strategy number 5, and I know you knew this was coming, and that's a focus on self-care and work-life balance. The truth is, work-life balance is something I have to constantly work at because I'm pulled with my purpose and my potential into working more to make a bigger impact in the world. But I also know that there's some importance in taking breaks, spending time with family, engaging in hobbies, and spending time with my loved ones. I also remind myself that when I do dive into those things, it actually makes me show up even better the next time it is business time. Now on that tip, what are some things that you personally do that help alleviate those feelings of loneliness? For me, it's going on walks, spending time with Teresa or one of my kids, playing video games. Those are all things that get my mind off of business for a few minutes so that when I come back even stronger. What is that for you? Share that with us in the comment section below.
Strategy number 6 is seeking professional support when needed. If you're having persistent feelings of loneliness, we're not just going to tell you to think a different way. Sometimes we do need additional help. So if this is a struggle for you, please seek professional help.
Now you might get to this point in the video and go, that's great, Mark, but that sounds like a lot of work. How can I actually find something that's already created for me so that I don't have to go out there and recreate the wheel? And if that's you, I want to invite you to learn more about our Inner Circle. It's a YouTube membership program that is specifically designed for entrepreneurs to help make sure you're in the right room, have somebody to ask questions to, and really connect with a lot of people who want to make a huge impact in their business, but also create the legacy they truly want with their family. If that sounds it's in alignment with what you truly want, tap the screen to watch this next video where we share how our Inner Circle works. Join us and never feel like you're doing this alone again. Regardless of whether you join us or not, I want to thank you for being willing to lean in and to help solve people's problems with your business. It takes a very special person to do that. A powerful leader, somebody who's willing to get uncomfortable because you know it's going to benefit others in the long run. Thank you for being willing to lead from the front, and we'll see you in the next video.